want to study in Holland? Of course you want to study in Holland. The next 100 seconds will definitely convince you. All right, let's go. Study in Holland. Every year, many international students undergo the Dutch experience. But what does this mean? What makes studying in Holland so great?
Holland is really internationally oriented. I mean, where else would you find students from over 160 different countries? 1 out of 10 students is an international student. Did you know that we have more than 2,100 English talk programs?
Pretty good, right? You know what's even better? The quality of our education. You won't find this quality of education at such an affordable rate anywhere else.
The open-mindedness of the Dutch people is reflected in the way we educate. It's in the way we teach, the way we interact, in the way we work together. Once you're done studying here, Holland offers a ton of opportunities for entrepreneurs and job seekers. Holland is the home of some of the world's biggest multinationals, such as Philips, Shell, and many more. We even have a special 1-year program for you to get employed called Orientation Year. You can be part of the Holland Alumni Network for everyone who had the Dutch experience.
How much time do I have left? What? 30 seconds? Well, that's enough time for some facts.
Dutch people are the best non-native English speakers in the world. Holland is also one of the happiest and safest countries, and our educational institutions rank among the world's top 2%. But there's more to Holland. Holland is creative, high-tech, diverse, innovative, nicely located, exciting, has a unique cuisine and a rich history. We've got a unique culture and very welcoming people.
Just barely made it. So now you know why you should study in Holland.
Okay, well, now you know it, and we're just talking a little bit.
Do you want to study in Holland?
No, one is enough. Did you also saw it in a small view?
Yes, we all saw the video.
Oh, sorry,
one.
I don't know why it happened. It should be on full screen, but I hope you could follow it. It was only 100 seconds, and it was just to warm us up a little bit to talk about education in the Netherlands, because Jessica and I will talk much more about education, about the Netherlands, about Hanze, and about the city, about Groningen. So don't worry, it will all come back. We want to talk a little bit about Hanze, a little bit about what we do with COVID at the moment, how it is to live in Groningen, and give some practical matters. And I will also come a little bit to the programs we offer. Maybe first to start with where we are. Well, Groningen is a city in the northern part of the Netherlands. And as you can see, close to the German border. And it's a city with, well, I think it's the 5th or 6th biggest city in the Netherlands. But on 2 hours by train, there's Amsterdam. And Amsterdam will be the city where you arrive at the airport. There's the main international airport. From there, don't worry, we can pick you up and bring you to Groningen, to your room. And Jessica, may I ask you, when you came to Groningen, what was your first impression of the city?
Well, should I speak in Chinese or just say it?
It's up to you, but if you speak in Chinese, then you have to tell me when you're ready.
Okay, I think I'll just speak in Chinese so they will understand more clear. 好， 就是格罗宁根啊，我从阿姆斯特丹抵达之后，然后我因为很幸运是朋友载我从阿姆斯特丹一路到 Groningen， 然后中间的话我们大概开车开了2个小时左右。那抵达这边之后，我发现 Groningen 啊，它这个城市很特别的地方是它比较古老，然后它也比较像是那种老欧式的那种感觉。那它不像可能像是阿姆斯特丹或是鹿特丹又或者 Utrecht 这几个城市呢，他们是比较 modern 的。那我个人是偏爱老城市，那而且这边的话呢，其实比我想象中的还安全，就是跟大城市相比，这里的话呢比较像是台湾。那 比较安全。那甚至是有一次我书包开着，然后走在路上大概快半个小时吧，我的东西也都没有不见，所以还蛮安全的，我还蛮喜欢这里的。That's it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Did you also mention that you can easily travel in Europe from our place, not only to the UK, but also Germany is close by.
I haven't, but like, yeah, I'm going to talk about that by train or by bus. It's actually really easy to reach to Germany, and also by train, it's really easy to go to any cities like Zwolle, Utrecht, Rotterdam, Amsterdam. It's really easy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. We will come back later on the city and
yeah,
other
sure. I also
and
mentioned about the security of here. It's really nice.
So no problem. Let's talk a little bit about our university. Maybe you all who applied for the webinar are already a little bit involved. I know some people are really getting into it because they had already questions about the specific programs. Just summarize a little bit. We are the oldest one in the northern part of the Netherlands, and we started actually in 70, you can see it on the thing, with only 2 programs. Actually, one of them was the art program, and it still exists. But in the meantime, we grow and grow, and now we have 70 programs in Dutch, but also 25 programs in English, or actually I must say international, because I think it's important to know that our programs are not only translated programs to English, but also focus on the world. We prepare you for a job in the world, so all over the world. That means we also have a lot of attention to cultural communication, cultural environment. So that means you will not be working alone in the university or in the city or in the Netherlands. We prepare you for all of the world. And we, the staff of Hanze, we meet daily. I think there are around 3,000 international students at our university. So 10% is an international students into one of these 25 programs. And other students will be, of course, the Dutch students. Jessica, how is it in your program with internationals and Dutch? Do you have a lot of nationalities in your program?
Yes, for this year, we have 48 students and we have over 20 nationalities in our program, which is really exciting. Yeah, very exciting.
International. Yeah. So you will make friends from all over the world for the rest of your life, I think.
Yes, I already did, which is really nice. We share a lot of different culture and background, and we also cook for each other. So I have tried a lot of different cuisine from different countries.
No, really good, really good. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, and what is Hanze more? Next to, of course, that we offer all these programs, we have some topics to mention maybe that might be interesting for students. We focus a lot on entrepreneurship. We think we prepare students for a profession. So you can be studying for a physiotherapist, or you can study for a marketing manager. And you can also study for an entrepreneur, but entrepreneurship is not focused on one profession. So we think in every program, entrepreneurs are standing up and wanting to start their own business. So that's what we also focus on during studies. We help students, we help them with lectures, with research. And that means after graduation, a lot of students start their own business, and that is finalized or seen in Multirank. That's a big ranking, international ranking over a lot of countries all over the world. And from then we have the third best startup position after graduation. And of course, that's based on that we already focus on that during your studies. A lot of programs are top-rated programs in the Netherlands, and we are in the Netherlands the best comprehensive university, so the best general university. But what do we expect from you when studying at Holland? And at the moment, just talking about studying at Holland, Jessica, you're going to the university. Everything is back at the university, I think. No online, not totally online, maybe some online.
Yeah, some online, it's only 30% online, 70% is for offline. So usually my schedule is pretty tight. Like I have to go to school, like to the campus from Tuesday to Thursday. That's mandatory. But sometimes I have to go to campus on Monday because I have a meeting with my project group. So I basically spend a lot of time on campus. And I also try to go to a lot of different buildings, which is really nice. We have so many buildings on the campus. So it's really huge. And one of my Dutch friends also told me like, this is the biggest campus he ever saw. Like he's Dutch, but he was like, oh, this is a really, really big campus. He thought we only have one building. I was like, no, we have a lot of buildings. We share with each other, but it's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. It's also, maybe we come back on that later, because it's also that campuses in the Netherlands are mostly university buildings, and we share our campus with the University of Groningen.
Yeah.
So that means two universities are in the same space. So yeah, there will be a lot of students and also a lot of facilities as well. Well, you bring me exactly just on this slide, Jessica, because what to expect. You say, yeah, I make long days. You mentioned already that you have to work in project groups, and well, I always say, okay, we expect a lot from you. We expect an active attitude. And our teachers are not just standing in front of the classroom explaining the knowledge. They're more coaching. So they will say, okay, you have to prepare. Of course, don't worry all. You have to teach, you have to learn. There will be exams. You still have books. But I think when you go to the classroom, you only discuss about it. You only discuss about
or
it.
sometimes they just
an
give
example
you
of a project, Jessica?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And sometimes like you just go to a lecture and then the professor would just give you like 5 minutes or even longer, like 15 minutes to prepare a decent presentation. So you have to go back to the classroom and then present for everyone. So it's kind of like trying to train your quick reaction about everything from the class. And that's actually really helpful because we probably in the future, we have to face our clients immediately. We have to tell them the thing, show and tell something in a really short period. So it actually really helpful for me in this class.
Yeah, that's right. You're immediately you apply things, so you learn. You can do it in the group. You learn with the international group as well. And as I mentioned before, we try to get you as much as international as well. That means that in all bachelor programs, students will have an internship. It's mandatory that students do an internship, so work in a company or in an organization, and that can be abroad. Again, actually, we encourage you to go abroad. Bachelor students also have a minor or an exchange program that you can do abroad. We have many partners and contacts. You can go everywhere. And our cooperation with companies will be also with you, Jessica, in your projects, I think, with real life with real cases.
Yes, I'm working on that right now.
Yeah, that's right. And then therefore you really have to go to the company, you have to talk with them, you have to meet them. So it starts actually with the first picture you see on this slide is get out of your comfort zone. We ask you a lot. We ask you to get out of your comfort zone. Of course, we will guide you with that, but you will not only teach in the classroom. We really prefer that you, actually your life here is one big education and teaching for your professional skills, but also your personal skills. And that's actually same for all the programs. So if you do a Bachelor of Physiotherapy, or you do a Master International Communication, or a Master Data Science for Life Science, we all have this kind of education attitude. Did I miss anything, Jessica, about talking about education?
Well, it's great for me.
Yeah, is it clear? Yeah. So then we will go on, because I want to have a little bit about talking, because that might be also different. There will be exams where you just have to learn the theory and you will have an exam, but most of our credits you will just get in assignments. And assignments, what you already mentioned, Jessica, is that you just say, okay, you get an assignment, you have to go to a presentation. That's all part of the assignment. The project is a big assignment where you have to write a report, you have to present, all these kind of things. And all that is what we bring into, in 1 year, you have to do a lot of assignments, exams, reading, and so on. And then you can get your credits as well. This is an example of a bachelor year. I think it's also for your master year. We divide it in 2 semesters. Every semester, or we divide it in 4 blocks. Every semester or block, you will have a main topic, a main project, and all kinds of lectures you will get are related to this. So that means we all prepare you to get a final report or to get a final presentation at the end of the semester of the block. Of course, you will have the chance for a resit, so you get more chance for the exams. And finally, we will get you the credits afterwards. Well, you mentioned, this is also an example of a schedule. Maybe it's a little bit unfamiliar with you, and you mentioned, Jessica, yeah, I'm in school Thursday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Well, this is an example of a bachelor student, and you see the green ones, these are blocked lectures, scheduled lectures. And you see 1 week and the next week you see different. So your schedule might be different every week. Yeah. And maybe you think, okay, let's do live, not that much. I'm used to go to school or to go to university from 9 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock in the evening. It sounds really good, but we expect you. We mentioned that we talk about, well, what do you do in these blocks that is off in the time that is not blocked? Working on the projects, other things with your groups, maybe studying at home, preparing.
Mostly study at home, or just have a lot of meeting with my professors or my group, especially my groups, because we have a main project, as you say. We spend a lot of time to talk about that, to make sure everything is on time, and then we have to submit everything on time. Otherwise, we can get the grades. Yeah,
that's right. So it means actually there are scheduled hours and there are not scheduled hours. You can plan yourself, but you still have to study. And for example, for the life science of data science for life science, yeah, you have to work a lot on data research and data analysis. You probably need software at the university, so you have to go to the university, book a room, work on the computers over there. But we do not schedule that. You can do it in your own planned time. So it's not only a different schedule, it's also, you have to plan it, yeah. What we mostly also encourage to do for students is, I mentioned the entrepreneurship. That's one of our topics, and that means that we have a lot of opportunities for students to start their own business. What it mentioned is the Silicon Valley. We have specific buildings where all kinds of startups are already situated, but where all other students also have to do it. If you're doing, even if you're doing a music program, there is a time that you will start with your own business. So musicians have to be prepared to survive in the real life. So we also help them, how do you survive? Because it's not only music when you're a musician. Same is actually for the energy actually transition, the renewable energy is one of the topics of the city. So not only in our university, but also in the research university, so the University of Groningen. And we have a big center, Energy Transition Center, where students, lecturers, and companies are doing a lot of research in all different topics of energy. So it can be really the mechanical part. So there is a lot of research on 5G, on energy, on internet, on sustainable energy, but it might be also that you're doing a project like with Jessica is working in communication, but also communication and energy transition are really working together, are really a good cooperation. And you probably will have a project based or related with energy transition.
Yeah, I'm looking for that.
Yeah, I can imagine. And in these projects, you also see that sometimes students from different programs work together on a research. So that might be even with international communication, you might work together with renewable energy students, or in the bachelor, the mechanical engineering students as well. Well, let's go back to the core business. That's education in different programs. I will go shortly to the programs, because we offer a lot. And maybe in the end we can, if somebody has specific questions about programs, we can come back later to this. We divided it in specific groups, in domains. We have in art, our university is quite famous in their art programs, or international art programs, I must say. So that means we have design, fine arts, music, and jazz in the bachelor. And also after your bachelor, you can study in different art programs. The bachelor programs are 4-year programs, and the master programs are 2-year programs. And in art, I must say, it is a really individual education. It is like you start your own project, you start your own work. You have to work really individual, but still also in groups, of course. We guide you individually. And for all programs, that also means that we want to see who's getting in. So you need to do, you have to fill in a portfolio, or you have to do an audition for that. I will maybe come back later to it when we talk about the requirements. If we go to business, then in the bachelor, we have the general business programs, the international business, and we have related programs like facility management. And if you're more interested in finance, we have a specific program. And if you're interested in marketing management, we also have a 4-year program fully related on marketing management. For the masters, and I must be a little bit, I made a mistake. The first one you can skip. We do not offer them in the coming years. So for the bachelor masters, we have the business in, in science, and the energy for society, and the international business and management, and the European master in sustainable energy and system management. You see here already 2 energy programs. I already mentioned that we have a topic related to the energy. And the energy of the European Master in Sustainable Energy is actually more the business related. If you're doing the transition from old to new energy, like law, legislation, business plans, lobbying, all these part of it, budgeting, because the transition can be fine, but it should be guided into businesses and governments. The energy for society is actually mostly related to consumers like you and me, because the transition can be fine, the government can be fine, but if you and me are totally not interested in the transition to new energy, it will not work. So that's more the communication part, the lobbying part, the the journalism, for example. So these are our business-related programs. In health, I'm sorry, we only have physiotherapy and sports studies. And in communication, we have a bachelor in communication and creative media and game technology. These are also 4-year programs. And we have a master in international communication. And Jessica is a student of Master of International Communication. Jessica, why did you choose this study?
Well, I love to mingle with people, and I found like before I want to study abroad, I felt like I want to approach more different culture people. So I actually found this program accidentally. It doesn't disappoint me, since I have a lot of different classmates from we have over 20 nationalities in this program this year, which is amazing. Like, I can learn so many things. And also in this program, like, we want to be more multinational. So have more different background and cultures. We can definitely compare different stories from them, and then we can do that in business, or in future if you have some like campaign, you can do it, but you have to know different culture, otherwise you probably will embody something. Yeah, so I choose this because I want to get to know more about this war, not just only my Taiwanese island, but also the entire world. So this is definitely really helpful for me, and I'm really happy to be here.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Yeah, well, thank you. We have more programs. I just continue. You come back later. We have also some in engineering, in the bachelor, mechanical engineering and sensor technology. Sensor technology is more the combination of programming, physics, and electrical engineering. So it's a niche program. For this, we need really innovative people who are working this sensor technology. And for the Masters in Engineering, we have the architecture. We already mentioned it beforehand, data science for life science, the Master in Renewable Energy, and the Smart System Engineering. The Smart System Engineering is related to the sensor technology, and it's actually analyzing all kind of data you get with sensors, and sensors are actually in everything, in roboting, in medical equipment, in agriculture equipment. So all data you get into this can be when we analyze with smart systems. So a very nice niche program. These programs are mostly, except for the architecture, these programs are 1.5 year, the master programs. The architecture is a part-time program. That means that it will take you 4 years, and you will combine it with a with a job. And Mr. Wu mentioned that in forehand, there were already questions about it. For this program, when you apply, it's really, we can accept 10 students from outside the European Union, in which we can give a working permit. And for that, it's a really a big or a huge, long, how do I say it? A huge, long application process, because it starts actually with just get in contact with the program. They will explain you what to do. They have to, they will explain, or they will just let you know how the program is organized, because it's not for everybody. You really should have a background in architecture, but you should also be aware of that it's a working, it's a part-time program, and that we approach it in a different way. So they will see everybody who's applying on the first time. So I only can say about that, get in contact. We can talk later with if there is a group of them, that I can just bring them in contact with the program to continue this. That might be, I think, the best solution, because for me, I'm not into this selection or into this program, so I might mention the not the full process. When you come to the Netherlands, I saw there were a few students interested in the bachelor programs. So you have to get your diploma from a Taiwanese high school, or from the international of the IB schools, the international schools. And main thing, that's also for For the master programs, the main thing is also that you have to do an IELTS or IELTS or TOEFL. The language requirement is that you have to get extra language exams. And for the bachelor, it's 6.0, and for the master, it's mostly 6.5. The requirements are clear, but there's still, of course, some programs might have extra requirements, and some of them will have deadlines. And I only can say, and it's not only for our programs, it's for every university, and I think it's for every university of the world. Deadlines are different, requirements are different. So check every program what you need to do and when you have to fill in your applications and what you have to do for your applications. Really important to do it. In the Netherlands, you can apply in the start is in one system, but after that, you really have to know what kind of deadlines and what kind of requirements we have. Yeah, for the masters, and yeah, maybe a little bit disappointed, but this is the only thing I can say about it, because for the masters it's really different. It's a relevant bachelor degree, but for the data science of life science, there's a completely relevant bachelor degree than for the Master of Business, of International Business and Management. Of course, you can imagine that there are some really related. If you have a business degree, you will be probably accepted in the business masters, but there's a gray area with bachelor degrees who might be relevant. But that's yeah, I only can say for that, if you want to know it for sure, you have to apply, then we will check your diploma, we will check if you were eligible, and then you can continue the process. Most of the programs will have 6.5 for your IELTS, and a comparable amount for the TOEFL, of course. The art programs in the masters is 6.0 is also fine. And then we have programs that can be diverse. All requirements are on the website. It's like from motivation letter till audition. If you want to do a music program, then you really have to come to the university, and then you really have to do an audition. That's diverse. What was it for you, Jessica, to apply? You have to fill in your form. Did you have to do any motivation letter or interview?
No interview, but motivation is for sure. And I don't need to submit portfolio or audition. But like I also have to give like my CV and also some extra documents. I actually don't remember because that was like last year. That was a long time ago.
Yeah. So I can imagine that it was not that difficult, but you have to send in, but it will be asked by the university, okay, please will you now send in.
Yeah, but it's actually really easy. Like you just need to follow our homepage, the school's homepage. They actually have a list, and you follow that, and then just upload everything on study link, and then you just wait until like they will told you like if you got the offer or not. So it's really quick. I only wait for like 4 weeks, I guess. It's really quick. Yeah, it was really quick.
For Jessica's program, wants to say something. Yes, for Jessica's program this year, they have new admissions requirement.
Oh, really?
Which is that all applicants need to produce a 3 to 5 minutes video. And they call this video motivation video. So,
really?
So they don't want to see, they don't want to read the motivation letter from applicant, but they want to see the video. Yeah, so that's a new requirement.
Oh, that's great. Actually, that would be more interesting. I would love to do that.
Well, apply again. No, I think it's of course it's a communication. So they say, okay, we need to do it also with new media and so on. It's but that means actually what you just say, Abdul. Thank you for the added information. And that actually means that please, because this is with the international communication and the Master of International Business and Management Studies, they will also do that, but other programs will probably not have it. So it's diverse per program. The only thing I want to add for this is that really people start on time with doing your IELTS or TOEFL exam. Don't wait till the last minute to do your exam, because I know every year students just think, okay, I will pass and then I will just upload it, and then they don't pass one part, and then you're really too late. So I would recommend, please do it on time, that you have it on time to upload all your documents. Well, very practical. I mentioned already the deadlines. Be aware of that there are deadlines on foreign where you have to apply, and be aware that there will be asked for different documents. The application link is actually study link. You see it on the left side of the page. This is a general Dutch database in where you can apply. You just make an account and you will be forwarded to the university of your choice and to the program of your choice, and then it will start with all kind of different documents. First of all, you upload grades from last year or your diploma if you already have it, and then if we ask more, we will ask you for it. Of course, we're offering education, and sorry, but you have to pay for that. And the tuition fee for non-European students is 7,900 per year. Only the European renewable programs, so the renewable energy and the sustainable energy, they have a little bit more. They have 11,000 or 13,000, sorry, for the full program. It's a 1.5 year program. The exact amount, but it's almost all the same, is also on a website. You can find the tuition fees on one page as well. And that brings me to one of the questions you already had about the scholarships. Well, we have a page with scholarships where you can read all information. And probably a lot of you already did, and you will see, yeah, they're still talking about 2021, and I'm starting in 2022. End of November, beginning of December, we will actualize this page, and then you will see the scholarships for next year. I don't expect that it will be different from last year. So if you have a look now, you just can see, you know what to expect, but application for that also starts later. It mostly starts in March when you're accepted or provisionally accepted, you can apply for that. We do not have that many scholarships, I must say. We have only, we don't have any full scholarships. There are only, some of them are government scholarships. Some of them are, the biggest part is Hanze scholarship, and they provide you a certain amount of money in the first or in the second year. It's only for non-EU nationalities and only for masters, except for some art bachelor programs, but most of them are only for art master programs. If you're interested, check the website again. I always say, if you don't apply, then you'll know for sure you don't get it, but I must regret, we do not have a scholarship for everybody, and it's just a small amount. So most of the finance you have to bring with you. Maybe it's good to mention at that same time that it's what sometimes people say, okay, can I find a job to get to earn some money for my tuition fee or for my living? There are jobs, a lot of jobs in Groningen. It's a student city, and in a student city you have a lot of students, but you also have a lot of facilities and things to do for students. And students work. They work in restaurants, they work in food delivery, they work in cleaning, they work online call center. But I always say, be prepared that this will be for a little extra pocket money. If you have to earn all the costs you make, then you have to work at least 40 hours a week, and that's too much. You have to study. And Jessica said, I make long days. So do you have time for finding a job, Jessica?
No, I actually is a full-time student.
Yes.
I only spend time on my study. I don't have extra time to even my social life. But it's okay. Like, this is what I chose. I want to get a high grade and also get a good grades from school. So I will learn to spend more time to study.
Good. Yeah, that's good. And of course, I think that's what I say. You're here to study. We also think sometimes finding a job, you will meet other people, you will meet other things. Last Thursday, I did a presentation with a Polish master student, and she just found a job at the Domino's, and she said I was really happy, but she had to really look for it, and she had experience in working in this kind of area. So she said I was lucky, but she had to do some effort, but she has it. A lot of students have jobs, but yeah, take care that it doesn't take over your study load. Well, we talked in the beginning a little bit. What was your experience when you came to Groningen? Yeah, as you can see, we have, it's a city with 230,000 people and 61,000. So 1 of 4 is a student. So sometimes you also say it's the youngest city. And then I think, no, look at the building. It's a really old city. No, but it's the youngest population. And it's a good city to live, I think. Jessica, can you add something about specific student? Well, you live in student housing. You live a little bit outside of the city, but did you already mention anything about a student life in Groningen?
Actually, it's really safe in Groningen. Like, even though like last time I hang out with my friends in the city center, I actually went home around 10 or 11. But like still a lot of people live on the street, and then you don't have to worry about like you will be not safe. And also like here is getting back to a normal life. So the bars is open until like 12, and also like we can go to shopping and you don't have to wear masks. I know like still in Taiwan we still have to wear masks right now, but here is like very normal, like just everything's back to normal, and you can go anywhere without masks, and just spend your time with a friend and go to restaurant. Just prepare your corona check. That's the only thing you really need to have it. And also like it's really convenient. Also, I made a presentation for later. Like I want to show some picture about the life I stay here. Also the feast market, the kind of like a farmer market, and you can be here to buy some food, and it's not really expensive compared to Taiwan. Like something also very it's cheaper than Taiwan. For example, breads, you can buy a lot of the breads in feast market, and it's not expensive as you thought. So it's really nice because I don't really have a lot of time to cook. So sometimes I just get some breads and then just make them as my lunch or my breakfast. I just brought to campus, and it's easy. Finish that, and then I can spend more time with my classmates and then talk to about a project. So basically this city is really safe and convenient, also quiet. But it's also really lively because we have a lot of university students, especially students, and we also have a lot of different events. Sometimes like they have some music festival, and also have some really nice nightlife. If you want to have some social life, here is an amazing place to visit.
Yeah, maybe it's also good to mention that Dutch people or living in the Netherlands really like to associate. You know, we have associations for everything. Even if you are interested in growing beans in October, there will be association who will help you grow growing beans in October. I just mentioned something.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of them are also open for internationals, and there are a lot of internationals also coming. But maybe you will explain it later, so we can go with a little bit faster for now. But makes me think about it, talking about the language. Is it, well, we always say Dutch people speak English, so you can survive with English. Is it really going on like this, Jessica?
It is. Like, I have been learning Dutch for like 1 year, but after I arrived here, I never speak Dutch because they know, I mean, obviously I'm Asian, and then they sometimes speak Dutch to me. If I understand, I will also speak in Dutch back to them. But if I don't understand, they're just like, oh, I can switch to English with you. And they're just like, oh, it's really nice. And then the English is so well, you don't have to worry about that. Except if you go to supermarket or pharmacies or any markets, sometimes if you want to read the ingredients, it's all in Dutch or French, German. But I think it's not a big deal for us. Yeah, it's not a problem.
Good, good. Are you planning to talk about the housing, or shall we do it now?
You can talk about the housing because I don't know like any others. I only stay here for like a couple of weeks ago, so.
Yeah, well, it's okay because the housing is well, I see another thing I should have mentioned 2002. I'm just still living in 2021, so. The main thing is that if you want to find housing in the Netherlands, you have to start early.
Yes.
As housing is different than in some countries, we hardly have any dorms or closed or university buildings. We are in education, as we always say. The universities are in education. That's our core business. We're not in real estate, so we do not have any housing. We have partners, of course, where for international students, where you can rent the housing, and but the main thing for that is actually you have to start on time. You can do it online. It starts on May already, and then you can make a reservation for September. And the housing, actually, students live all over the city. I mentioned that we have a campus, but there are mostly university buildings. A little bit of shops and a little bit of probably a bike shop, I think, but that's it. The housing is actually spread all over the city, and it depends on your preference, of course. If you want to have really close to the university, or if you stay a little bit further, prices can be different. So it might be that you will just living on the attic of the top picture, just a small room on the attic of one of these houses where also a lot of other families live, or you rent a room in the student hotel. Prices are different, location is different, and it's up to you. The only thing we do for Hanze is that we have a page that's called hanzegroningen.eu housing, where we give you all kind of tips, how to do it, how to go, how to approach it, how to do it online, how to get in contact with the SSH, the partner for the EU non-EU students, to find housing. And if you have a room there, it will be single room, mostly with shared bathroom, shared kitchen. Well, Jessica, you live in a different. You have your own studio, I think, but it's SSH organized, isn't it?
It's SH actually. I have my own kitchen and bathroom. Also, every facility I only on myself. Like I don't have to share with others. But the thing is, like, here is the location is kind of like far away from the campus. So usually I have to cycle around like 17 to 20 minutes to campus. But that's okay for me. Just think about as an exercise for yourself, so it's not a big deal, and it's not bad to city center. It only takes me like 15 minutes, so that's the average from my place to there's an average cycling time, so it's totally fine. Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, now you mentioned one nice thing that we should mention, because when you come to the Netherlands, first thing to buy is a bicycle, I think.
Yes, very important.
Because it's so easy to move from, well, you say to the campus and you say, well, at least 20 minutes. Well, I think it's 20, 30 minutes, then you can cycle a lot or a long way in this city already. It's easy. There, of course, there is public transport. Don't worry. There are buses, there are trains. The public transport is really well organized here, but it's not the cheapest transport. Not the cheapest from your budget. If you take the bus every day, it might also take part of your budget. So I recommend buy a bicycle. You can just go around, and even in winter we still do. Even in summer when it's raining, it's just. You can just go. When you get used to it, it will be fine. No, don't worry. It will be fine. Well, this is just a map, just to mention, you see all those purple dots. This is the map of Groningen. You see Groningen written in the middle. That's actually the city center. And you see here in the north, you see Paddepoel. It's a little bit with a purple dot on it, but actually there is the campus. Yeah. And the international houses are all over the city, and if you have this housing, well, you will just have to you will live in a house with international students. Some houses are smaller, 20 students. Some houses are bigger with 200 students, but therefore, now don't worry, there will be more kitchens and more bathrooms, of course, to share. And more stoves. I know that in the kitchens they have 10 stoves, so you just can stand to each other. And next to that, there's a lot of private housing, a lot of international houses, where students live, where you just have to rent it privately. And there are Facebook sites where you can find your room. So yeah, beware of looking for a room on time. That's really important. This year we had a little troubles, I must say. The situation was not that good for the housing all in the Netherlands, but I hope it will be getting better in the coming years. But please arrange it before you come. Don't come here just to think, okay, I can still rent my room. Then you're really too late. That's really important.
It's impossible, because I still have some classmates, they still looking for housing at the moment. Yeah,
at the moment it's really weird. So I would say arrange it before you start studying. Very important. Well, the groceries, I think you will talk about it later, isn't it? What to do, the cost, the groceries, all these kind of things. Main thing for me is that there is make a budget plan before you start. You make a plan of choosing your study, you make a plan of how to apply, all these kind of things, but please also include a budget plan, because there will be other costs. There will be the cost of housing, insurance, the groceries. Maybe what you just said is it might be comparable, but still it can be, some things can be different. So please make a plan, and be aware, if you cook together what you just say, you can also share the costs. That's nice. And if you go to the market, it's really nice as well. Good. I think afterwards we can have some, if there are some specific things to talk about. I just want to say, okay, this was a kind of an overview of what it is to study at Hanze University and what it is to study in Groningen. Next step, of course, is that you all are looking at the programs, that you please visit open days. There will be an online open day in December. Get as much information as you can get about the program. There is a catalog, ECTS. You see it on the slide. It's a catalog in which all programs are really explaining about their studies, about their lectures, about their classes, about every block. Everything is explained. How much credits, what kind of books, what to expect. So if you really want to know, okay, what to expect, check the catalog. And I always say, okay, get as much information as you can get. I really appreciate that you are already now visiting this webinar to get information, to meet me, to meet Jessica. Next step will be contact me, contact the students, chat with students. If you have any questions, we love to help you. There are no silly questions. You can ask everything. We love to help you and get you as the best prepared as you can get, because we know that students who are well prepared are successful in studying, and students who are just not preparing them at all. So we really want to help you in that. And also, it's a really good thing. We started with explaining what to expect at Hanze. We love to get out of your comfort zone. We prepare you for a job, for a profession. So that means, and you all know that finding a job is also important, that you have a network. Jessica mentioned already that she has 20 nationalities, so her network will be all over the world afterwards. But actually, I can say to all of you, the network starts already now. Now you know me, now you know Jessica. Get in contact with us, because you never know. Jessica is graduating in a year or in a 1.5 years. Maybe she moves out from a room and she can help you. Oh, you're looking for a room? Well, I know some places. So start all over now, contact the university, meet students, meet lecturers, and make your choices based on that. That's what I can say. And if you need any help, we also have a department, study choice support. If you have problems with making decisions, or if you have still questions, please contact us. And well, new media, social media, we're on. We really have nice Instagram pages. We have Facebook. We have a YouTube channel where you can find from all programs, all kind of inside movies. How is a day to study there? Just look at it and see if you fit in it. And again, I also recommend you to visit open days. No, this is what we're just not doing. I think we can go to the Q&A.
Yeah.
I realized that there's one question about data science that was already mentioned by Doel on forehand. That was, I think, and I just realized that it was about the requirements. Doel, do I have it right?
You can briefly talk about it, especially, I think our students would like to know a little bit more about especially job perspectives after this program.
Yeah, for the data science. So what we actually is data science for life science is a combination of programming and life science, and actually based on the big data. Well, you all know that there is a lot of data. There's big data, not only the genome data, but all kind of big data in life science, so in the broadened field of life science. And what you're actually working on is in the 1.5 year that you're studying is on analyzing and researching the big data, and that can be in different fields. We mostly work together during studies with our academic of our university hospital, and therefore you will work on research on different fields of diseases. Can be a small field, can be an overall field, can be a new field that you will be added to a research group and doing the data analyzing of this research. So that means that you are working together with all kinds of researchers, with all kinds of medical staff. And that is also the part of where you will be working at. You will mostly be added to a research group as a data analyst. And as you have experience in life science, can be in your background, can be in during your studies, it will be research groups based in the life science. And for us, we focus a little bit more on the medical part. but it's also possible that you get in other parts of life science. If you do a really a chemical research, there is also a lot of data. So that's also, most of them data analyzing. So projects for that.
Well, I made the presentation for this. And I took all the pictures by myself. So when you see all the pictures, I took it. I didn't Google it. 好，那我现在 I was speaking Mandarin right now. 好，那我现在这边的话，基本上这里呢，就是如果说你从阿姆斯特丹 Amsterdam 直接到我们 Groningen 的话，这个就是你会最先接触的地方，它是火车站。那火车站的部分呢，这个地方就是你在这边之后，你可以转搭像是公车啊，或是也有计程车，那你就可以拖着行李，可能搭公车拖着行李过去自己的住宿可能会比较不方便，所以建议还是大家就是第一次可能花多一点点钱，然后就是把自己所有的行李一次载到你的住宿。如果你已经找到住宿的地方的话，那这个就是火车站，你们会第一先接触的地方。然后再来呢，这里我就是想讲一下，这里是我主要上课的地方。那其实我们这个 campus 它很大，那可能像之前我在来这边念书之前，有家长可能会有点就是学生的家长会想说，是不是这边的建筑物很少，然后不像我们台湾，像如果说像台湾大学的话，它是一整片校园，那我们这里就有点像是台湾大学那种概念，有好多栋建筑物。那我们是跟格罗宁根大学分享这些建筑。那我们像我有时候我在我的这一个 Energy Building 这边上课，那这里的话呢也会有各大的学生来这里上课，那有时候我也会到其他栋去读书或是吃饭。那我们这边的话，我粗估至少应该有8、9栋，那现在还在扩建中。上次 Anneke 他有带我骑车到 Entrance 那边，那边还有很大块的地，那他们还正在增建中。那学校其实每个学期回去都会有新的remodel 的地方，所以你可能每一次回到学校都会觉得学校好像又变了。所以这个地方的话，你会觉得很新奇，就是每一次或是几个礼拜后，这个建筑就突然蹦出来了，那或是某些地方他们会有一点小小增修。那我觉得这样的代表说学校是重视学生的学习环境，他们一直在renew 很多东西，所以我们可以在这边有更好的环境使用。那这一栋就是我平常每天最常去的Energy 的这个 Academy Europe 的 building。对，那隔壁那个绿色是葛大的，那个专门都是做实验的学生，他们会在那边进行，就在那边念书。我有朋友也在那边念书。好，然后这一张的话呢，是刚好是我这一次跟我的 program 的所有的同学们，我们一起去参加一个，就在 Introduction Week 的时候，我们去参加了一个就是系上办的脚踏车的一个旅行。那这边的话就是我们大家在出发之前拍的照片。那这边也有显示说，我们这一次今年到我们这个 master 这个 program 的学生有48位，那有20个 nationality， 其实好像还有更多，但我们就是抓个数字20个国籍这样子。对，好，那这边的话都是我拍的照片，我都是趁天气好的时候拍格罗宁根，因为其实这里的话呢，最近天气没有那么好。那我那时候刚到的时候天气都蛮好的，所以天气好的时候真的是建议大家多出去外面晒晒太阳，因为这里太阳是非常宝贵的。那如果像我们亚洲学生来这边，因为平常在台湾晒太阳比较多，那这里的话比较少，所以也建议大家可能要摄取维他命 D3 或是 D， 这是蛮需要的。我自己也有在吃这个。对，那这个的话呢，就是市中心。那中间这个比较大的图片，它是就是那个 Martini 的那个 building。那这个的话呢，它也是一个算是格罗宁根的代表的建筑物。好，然后我稍微讲一下，就是平常你可能身为一个学生比较常去的地方。那第一个就是 Fish Market， 这里的话呢，你可以就是购买到你平常可能像是去，因为超市的话买菜还是会对你来说可能会有点贵。那这里的话呢，就会鱼市场的部分它会比较比较便宜，比较亲民。那比较亲民的话，我稍后给大家看一下照片好了。这个就是鱼市场，对。 鱼市场的话，它每周都大概有2到3天都会有很多的市集，那市集有很多摊位，你可以自己去看，像是买蔬菜水果啊，或是买海鲜海产啊、肉类啊，都还蛮便宜的。那面包的话更是比台湾便宜，比如说像你可能10几个面包也才1欧，那跟台湾比的话，台湾30块才买一个面包。那基本上我觉得在格罗宁根这边生活的话是日常用品算便宜啦，跟台湾比，尤其是吃的部分。但是如果你去餐厅的话就贵了，所以还是建议大家自己在这边开火比较好。好，那回到这边一下，这里就是你可能会常去的大广场，那叫 Untitled Market。那这里的话，你会看到这边有一个很大的广场，那停满了很多脚踏车。那脚踏车这边的部分呢，就是可能有办活动的时候，那就会来很多同学可能就会来这边，然后把脚踏车停在这边，那我们就去参加其他的活动。那基本上就是Untitled Market 的样子。好，然后接下来我就没有什么东西分享了，那就是可能等一下就来回答大家的问题。那这里的部分呢，如果说你需要有问题，也可以在 LinkedIn 上跟我connect 起来，或是 Instagram 找我也可以， email 也可以，然后我会尽力回答问题。